What are we doing?
Making dinner.
Yes. What is it you want for sides?
We're making asparagus, Brussels sprouts. Is there something else?
The roast.
Roast?
And then
Well,
rice.
roast that's not a side.
Well, I was just talking about for dinner. Roast and then the rice. And you asked for the asparagus and the Brussels sprouts, which is big for you.
I know, come a long way on the vegetables. I had never had Brussels sprouts before, and Jess made them. Tell them about your seasoning.
Yeah, it's the same seasoning I use for asparagus too, but basically you have your vegetable and then you put, I use avocado oil, but you could use olive oil too, but you put that on and then some Italian seasoning. I just kind of do it for like however much I have and then sprinkle that over it. Do some garlic salt and then some crushed red pepper flakes. So
It was very tasty. It was my first experience into the world of Brussels sprouts. And despite all the propaganda against Brussels sprouts, I actually liked them quite a bit.
I was very surprised that he liked them too.
What happens if I take a bite of one raw? Will it kill me?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure you'd like it.
Should I do it for the viewers?
Clean it first.
That's
Here,
no fun.
I'll handle this. It's gross.
No fun. Never mind. Not eating a raw Brussels sprout. Okay.
Reacting.
So, smells like a vegetable. Okay, first taste test.
It's a lick test.
I tasted it.
Okay.
Impressions are good. I'm looking forward to having the texture. Let's just go for it.
What a good crunch. Is that what you were hoping for?
No. That's way worse.
Worse than what?
Cooked. Or baked version better. Vegetables are flawed and they need to be fixed.
They're flawed. Okay. Make sure I look good.
You look great, baby.
Thank you. Okay, so just washing the Brussels sprouts, and I typically make sure I thoroughly wash things, but for something like this, especially since you're just taking off the outside leaves, I don't feel like it really matters as much if you get such a deep clean.
Fun fact, Brussels sprouts are actually spelled Brussels sprouts. So if you didn't know that, now you do.
Oh, really? So that's
Yeah, no, I thought it was always singular Brussels, one Brussels. But now I come to find out there are plural Brussels.
So this is the, I guess I misspoke. It's the Italian salad dressing mix. So that's what I use. It's not the Italian like flakes. Cutting off the end piece. And then just taking the outside leaves off, and if they look, I don't know, disheveled, then taking those off as well. Doing that, and then I cut them in half, which, is that what you were hoping for again?
Yeah, I really like that.
Okay. So just doing that with all of these.
Jess does a very good job of fixing vegetables.
Oh, I thank you, babe. I just enjoy cooking them, so.
Now you get to hear me crunch by the camera for the next 3 minutes.
What is it? ASMR?
Yeah.
Today's ASMR is brought to you by Brussels sprouts.
Husband eats raw Brussels sprouts and complain about its taste and texture. ASMR.
So, yeah, and just like for the record, most of these are going to be his because he just really enjoys them. I'm very surprised that you liked these.
I am too.
I'm very just shocked. I'm happy because they're good for you. I think I would like them a little bit better if I cooked them differently. Like, I've only had them one time as well, so I think they just needed to be, like, if I could roast them, I think I would like them a lot more. I don't mind the taste very much. I think they taste good. I also think if you had, like, some butter, or, like, put a bunch of garlic, either seasoning or just actual garlic, I think they'd be super good, too.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Garlic roasted Brussels sprouts. Okay, so this is the avocado oil that I use. It has a high heat of 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is helpful for all things that you will be using it for. So, yeah, I just basically, I don't measure anything. I just kind of drizzle it over the Italian seasoning.
When you said 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you said which is, I thought you were going to give a Celsius conversion on the fly, and I was about to be really impressed.
Oh, no, I'm not that impressive. Thank you for having that faith in me, but I don't deserve it.
For our European viewers.
Okay, so that's the seasoning with the Italian seasoning mix. And then, again, I'm not even measuring anything, I just kind of sprinkle it over. I measure very few things, so garlic salts. So I have found that these take a bit longer to cook, so I'm putting these in first. Okay, that is the final product. I'm going to mix it up a little bit and then just throw it in the oven. And then last time I had them in for about 15 minutes or so, and then like stirred them about, and then put them back in just kind of until everything was done. So I don't think there's like a right or a wrong way to do it. I just like did it until I was done cooking everything else. So
what temperature is the
it's at 425. I've done it at 425 or 450. I just wanted to get them in sooner, so I did 425. And then the asparagus. So the asparagus doesn't take as long as the Brussels sprouts do, so that's why I threw those in first. Even when I purchase the pre-washed vegetables, I always still just like rinse them off. Just throwing them on like a cookie sheet so they can still be stirred and the juices won't go anywhere.
Here's some weird looking cookies.
They're healthy. They're healthy cookies.
I ain't seen no cookies with sprouts coming out of it.
Well, you know, you could just mush it up and then it would be your cookie dough.
It sounds really bad.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Look at how pretty her ring is.
Thank you. You did a very good job picking it out. Tell them the story about that.
Of me picking it out?
Or like how you came about picking out this one.
She basically told me exactly what she wanted.
That's
yeah, you did. You basically ordered the ring.
That is not...
I just kind of paid for it.
It's not even true, and you know it.
Okay, then you tell the story.
He told me to go pick out some rings that I liked, so he could see like what exactly I was thinking of for a ring. And so I went to a couple different jewelers, and Joe, for whatever reason, didn't want it to be a diamond ring, which...
No, diamonds are a scam, and it's a meme. It's a cultural meme, and I hate the concept of diamonds. I'm going to alienate most of your viewers with my interludes.
I know.
Okay.
Just cut it out.
Yeah, you'll have to edit me out for most of it.
So anyway, Joe didn't prefer me to have a diamond because he thought it would be too flashy, No. But looking back, I am actually glad that we did it that way because I really, really like how my rings are now. But anyway, so I went through and I was like, ooh, like this aquamarine is actually really pretty. I didn't want a super dark ring. And so I found a light aquamarine, which is what that is, and works perfectly because that's what his birthstone is. And then also since he's in the Navy and aquamarine is the, gemstone of the sea. It was just very fitting on a lot of different counts. So he then went, I didn't tell him necessarily like, hey, I want it to be set in white gold. You knew I preferred white gold. He set it in the white gold. So really like, yeah, I really like how that turned out. And then also, I didn't necessarily say that I wanted the diamonds around it, but I did, and he still did it that way.
She sent me a picture of prospective rings, and I had a feeling the one with the diamonds around the band was her favorite.
It was, and I wasn't trying to like hint to you that like this is what I wanted. I figured you weren't going to get me that, but it's just what they had on hand, and I was like, hey, this works. Like it's princess cut, which is what I wanted, and it kind of gave an idea of what it looked like. So he took the hint that I wasn't trying to give him. Marriage tip: just tell your spouse what you want because it's just easier.
It is easier.
Nobody gets hurt if you just tell your husband what you want.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so we got the Mississippi roast going on here, and I added a few more of the peppers in since we ate a decent amount of them, or I did last night.
I had a couple.
So added some more of those in. It's just on low. We have some rice cooking, which I'll at some other point show how I do my rice, but it's a pretty easy process. And then we have the asparagus and the Brussels sprouts going. So yeah, basically just have to wait for that stuff and then we're ready to eat.
So we've got the pot of crock with the Mississippi roast and the asparagus and the rice and the Brussels sprouts.
Yep. Anything else that we need?
I think that's everything. You made such a lovely dinner.
Thank you, babe. I'm glad you
Such
like it.
a lovely wife.
Alright, so how was dinner?
It was excellent. I ate all of the Brussels sprouts. I didn't let Jess have any.
I had 4.
No, those weren't yours. I ate those too. The asparagus was particularly excellent. Mississippi roast was very good as well. I rate 5 out of 5.
I thought you were going to say 5 out of 10. Excuse me.
No. I use the 5-point scale because it forces commitment.
Okay.
The 10-point scale is too nitpicky. You have to pick if you're using a 5-point scale. It's either 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. So it's either an F or like a D or a B.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't ever think about that.
Yeah, so really belaboring the point here. 5 out of 5. 100%.
Thank you.
Such a good cook.
Thank you. The rest of the evening, we're just going to watch Netflix. We're watching The Crown. How do you like it?
It's quite excellent.
It's really good. We're really enjoying it. So if you're looking for something new to watch, I recommend it. Do you recommend it?
I do recommend it.
Yeah. It's very interesting and looks to be pretty true to what happened. I mean,
yeah,
as
I
much
think
as
they take some historic or artistic liberties with the history, but with things at such a high level, you can't really know the true story unless you were there. And I think they do a pretty good job of at least crafting a narrative.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. So anyway, guys, long video, but thank you so much for watching. Anyway, hope you guys had a great day and stay cozy, my cuties.
Stay cozy.
Bye, guys.
Is this thing on? How do I press the button? Who's Karen?